this Congress, but we received word that our beloved national parks may be introduced by Congresswoman Tammy Oakley, and this must spark controversy. Our reporter, Grace Granite, is here to tell us.
I'm here, Holly, and let me tell you, getting here was no picnic. I took a train to Union Station. Normally, I don't take the train. I thought as long as I needed to get to the Capitol, I should at least try it.
What can you tell us about the bill Congresswoman Oakley is rumored to be introducing?
I can tell you this much. If you get on a train and you don't pay attention, you can miss your stop. I picked up an article about Bigfoot and started reading, and yeah.
Grace, what can you tell us about the Capitol?
I can tell you this much.
Grace, we sent you to Capitol Hill to tell us what you can uncover at the national parks. What have you found out?
Well, I found out that, yeah.
Okay, and why you can't find nothing out?
Anyway,
Where are you, Grace?
I'm somewhere in Maryland, and I forgot where I was. Anyway, I'm somewhere in Maryland, and I don't have enough money for a return ticket. Do you think someone at the station could send me $3? I would pay that.
It looks like we'll have to wait on that story from Capitol Hill. Now would be a great time for a commercial break.
How are things going with Capitol Hill, Pine?
Not so good, Mr. Birch.
Of course not. Is it the Congresswoman again?
I'm afraid so. This was about to be handed to the Congressional Subcommittee on National Parks.
What is this?
It's a bill to make the Grand Canyon a giant lake.
Are you serious? Flood the Grand Canyon? That is insane.
I just happened to pick it up before it went to the subcommittee.
Yeah, this would be extremely embarrassing. Again.
My thoughts exactly.
I thought once we had the Congresswoman on the National Park Subcommittee, we were safe.
Well, we're safe as long as she doesn't show up for any votes or write any bills or make any speeches.
Okay, well how does she propose to flood the Grand Canyon?
So she thinks one of her constituents can build a giant dam at each end of the Colorado River and then wait for it to fill up like a giant bathtub.
Okay, why does she want to flood the Grand Canyon though?
She thinks it'll provide more recreational opportunities than it currently does.
What? Okay, not only would that be physically impossible, but the Grand Canyon is a national treasure. The people would be outraged, and Congresswoman Oakley would be run out of office.
And we would be unemployed. I like my job, Mr. Birch. I like working for one of the least effective congresswomen in the history of our great nation. I feel like I'm contributing something great to our world
How is that?
by keeping Congresswoman Oakley in office or keeping someone else out. Someone who could do more damage.
Okay, but no one in Washington takes her seriously.
No one in Washington knows who she is. It is our job to keep it that way.
Right, okay. What should I do?
So there's a big vote coming up in Congress. It's sure to spark a lot of controversy. Your job is to take the congresswoman out of town until the bill passes or fails, and then you can bring her back, and because then the poll numbers will be in, and she can tell people how she would have voted had she been in Washington.
Okay, how do you want me to get her out of town then?
That's your job, Mr. Birch. I'll let you figure that out.
A bill to flood the Grand Canyon. Here's a drawing roll of a dock in the South Rim. People swimming, water skiing, fishing. It's gonna take so much water.
Hello, Boston Lodge. How may I help you? Yes, we're on the lake. Well, we're near the lake. See the lake if it weren't all trees and a mountain or two. No, we're not on Moosehead Lake. We're on Moose Bottom Lake. It's at the end of Moosehead. Yes, we have a room available. As a matter of fact, almost all of our rooms are available. Yeah, we have the Great Wolf Suite, we have Bear Suite, the Bald Eagle Suite. Oh, you don't want to spend a lot of money. That's okay. How much did you want to spend? Oh, well, I do have one room you can rent. and sweet. It's nice enough, but you can't sit down on anything. Okay, call us back if you change your mind.
Morning, Mary. Morning, Mary.
How are the pikes today?
We're fishing for trout and salmon, not pike.
No, I meant you two, the Pike sisters. How are you today?
We're all set to catch that record-sized fish. I hope today's our lucky day. You know what? First time we're not. I'm not so much in the middle.
Well, maybe you're just not using the right bait.
Bait?
Or fishing lures?
Fishing lures? You know what our fishing lures?
Never mind. It's your first fishing trip. I'm sure you'll catch something eventually.
Who's that on the phone, Mary?
Some guy looking for a cheap hotel on Moosehead Lake. I told him we're a cheap hotel on Moose Bottom Lake. You know, I think we're at the wrong end of the moose.
We're at the wrong end of life. Why don't we go back to our hotel?
To the city. Uncle Roscoe left us this hotel in his will. It must have had some sort of special name for him.
Uncle Roscoe won this hotel in a poker game. I doubt he ever even laid eyes on me.
Poor Uncle Roscoe. He really should have checked to see if he was wearing a parachute.
You know, I don't think the guys who threw him out of the plane gave him enough time.
Anyway, I told her about the condo in New York, and we're stuck with the Lost Loon Lodge, where, with the exception of the weirdos who fish without bait, no guests have ever stayed more than 1 night.
I wonder why. The hotel isn't bad.
Hey, I found this in the third floor hallway. You know, it's a pretty good sized temper out there. What do you think I should do with it?
Why don't you kill it?
I don't want to kill her. I have to live out here with nature. I don't want to make anybody mad.
Wait, hold on. How do you know it's a sheep?
Oh, there was a whole mess of bacon up there.
Why don't you take the snake as far out into the woods as you can to come back and round up all the babies?
Okay, that might be a problem. When I reached for Mama, they all scattered. They're all over the third floor hallway, and they're making their way downstairs.
Pete, we can't have snakes crawling around here.
All right, listen, ladies. If you're going to live out in the woods, you can't let a little snake upset you.
No, he's right. I don't care. I'm going back to New York. We said we'd try this for a year.
How long do we have to go?
9 months, 3 weeks, 14 hours, and 20 minutes. Look, try to remember what it is that brought us up here in the first place. The peace and quiet, the sound of falls of pine, the beautiful lake. Still soft in the morning.
Yeah, just me, myself, and got 1,000 other living things.
Congresswoman,
Oh my goodness! What is wrong with you, Mr. Beach? I just spilled coffee all over myself.
sorry, ma'am, and my name's Birch, not Beach.
I'm very busy this morning. I've been looking over the statistics on our national parks. Did you know there is not a shopping mall anywhere near Yellowstone?
No. I would have guessed that to be the case, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to change that. I mean, what good are these national parks if people can't enjoy themselves?
Ma'am, people go to the national parks for peace and solace, not activities.
Don't be silly, Mr. Batch. When people go on vacation, they want to shop.
It's Birch.
It's a modern day national park. A modern day national park. Bring in the concrete and cut down the trees. It's a modern day national park. A Walmart and Kmart and Target would do. One day a forest is swoosh. McDonald's or Wendy's to name just a few. A Starbucks behind every bush. It's a modern day national park.
A modern day national park.
There'll be stores by the dozens with brilliant marquees. It's a modern day national park. What's this water thingy?
That's Old Faithful.
It looks like a broken water line. I'm going to propose we cap it off and put a real fountain in its place. Something with terracotta and Spanish tile, you know, something that fits in with the environment.
Ma'am, I don't think we should cap off Old Faithful.
Oh my goodness, and some goldfish. Nothing sets off a fountain like goldfish.
But, ma'am, goldfish aren't natural to the environment of Yellowstone.
It's a modern day national park. A modern day national park. Bring in the concrete and cut down the trees. It's a modern day national park. We'll have ANC piers, a parking garage. We'll patiently sculpture each rock. And lo and behold, it's not a mirage of Denny's on every block. It's a modern day national park.
A modern day national park.
We'll have tax them and scalp them. We'll charge them and fee. It's a modern day national park. What's this thing?
That's a bear, ma'am.
Well, we can't exactly have bears running around scaring off the tourists. I'm going to propose bear hunting season year-round. People who like to shoot things can go and enjoy them. I'm thinking black bears, grizzlies, polar bears, pandas.
But, ma'am, there aren't any polar bears or pandas anywhere in Yellowstone.
There aren't? Oh, well, we'll have to ship a few in for the hunters. Think of all the bearskin rugs that will be available.
I hate to think.
It's a modern day national park. A modern day national park. Bring in the concrete and cut down the trees. It's a modern day national.
It's extremely irrational.
Modern day national park. So first, we flood the Grand Canyon, then build a shopping mall for Yellowstone. After that, we'll tackle the rest of these pesky little national parks. I'm thinking we should mine the Great Smoky Mountains. There's bound to be some type of natural resource down there we can use.
Whatever. Ma'am, I have something important to show you.
All right, what's this?
It's a national newspaper.
The National Divulger?
Yes, ma'am. It's like the Washington Post, just, a little different.
Well, it must be important with a name like National Divulger.
Well, here. Yes, but look at this front page right here.
Astronomers see image of Elvis on Mars. Wow, this is big.
Try the other article.
Sasquatch alert. Terror at Moose Bottom Lake. Woman kidnapped by Bigfoot escapes to tell her story.
Keep reading.
He dragged me deep into the woods. I thought he was going to kill me. Oh my goodness. But he has a tender's eye. Oh, we can't have monsters behaving like this, Mr. Bench.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to know about it. And my name is Birch, not Bench.
Oh, I've seen his victim on television. He's pretty scary. And to think that he kidnapped this poor young woman who looks old enough to be somebody's grandmother.
But, yeah, I mean, you should do something about it. I mean, you're on the National Parks Subcommittee.
That's right, I am. Well, is this Moose Bottom Lake in a national park?
Well, I mean, technically, no. But we can just, pretend it is for the sake of the country.
You're right. I should do something. What should I do, Mr. Park?
Okay, well, we could go to where Bigfoot was last seen and study his impact on the environment. And then you can go on national television. Bigfoot and big trees, an environmental crisis.
That's a great idea. When do we start?
We can start immediately. Just leave it all to me.
All right. We're going to find this Bigfoot and study it. Then we'll write up some really great legislation and make it a bill, and then I'll get on the news. Oh, and let me see this. These trees. We'll cut them all down and build a community center. Something with a homeowners association and a nice swimming pool. What do you think about that, Mr. Balch?
It's Birch. My name is Birch, not Balch.
I have one question, Mr. Belch. What is a Sasquatch?
It's Bigfoot's name.
Well, is it his first name or his last name?
I don't know. We can say it's his last name. That way he can be Mr. Sasquatch.
I believe I understand perfectly. We worked very hard today, Mr. Bridges, and nothing sets off a hard morning at work like pizza. Would you order me a pepperoni and olive pizza, Mr. Balch?
It is Birch. My name is Birch, and you can order your own pizza.
Wonder what God his britches.
What we got now? I was meditating. You can meditate later. This is the first piece of mail we've gotten in months that isn't a bill. What is it? A credit card application? It's for what? There's something brown and liquid on the floor. It's one of those stupid baby snakes.
Where's Pete?
Nothing, Mr. Earl.
What are you doing?
I was just about to head up to the 3rd floor. It's either a badger or a raccoon. Either way, I'm probably gonna get bit.
Would you please remove the baby snakes from the lobby?
What baby snake?
It was just there.
You have mail.
I've been looking for this.
What is it?
It's my check from the National Divulger. You don't think I can live off the salary you pay me, do you?
The National Divulger? Isn't that the tabloid that makes the National Enquirer sound like the Wall Street Journal?
Voted trashies of the trash 3 years in a row.
What do you do for the National Divulger?
I write articles for them, freelance. You may not be aware of this, but in college, I was a journalism major.
Then why are you working as a custodian in a backwoods hotel?
Because in college, I was a journalism major. When I'm not taking care of the Lost Wind Lodge, I write articles for various news organizations whose reputations for accuracy are not at the forefront of their editorial philosophies.
What the heck does that mean?
I write tabloids. The National Divulger is one of my biggest publishers. Last month, it was Elvis as a tour guide on the Amazon. The month before that, I think he was a monk in Tibet. And the month before that, I think he was a delivery man in Detroit. Well, anyway, this month, somebody beat me to the Elvis too. Astronomers see image of Elvis on Mars. That darn custodian up on Big Buzzard Inn up on Moose Antler Lake. I think we were in journalism school together.
So you had an article this month?
I did. Sasquatch alert. Terror at Moose Bottom Lake. Woman kidnapped but escaped to tell her story. I wrote this story about Bigfoot falling in love with a young woman. I even make photos. People love Sasquatch almost as much as they love Elvis.
That young woman doesn't look so young.
It's my grandmother. She always wanted to see a picture of her, so I thought I'd send something close to home.
The creature kidnapped a citizen of a nearby town and held her in a cage for 2 weeks. The citizen managed to escape when Bigfoot left her unattended to purchase his engagement.
How's that for sensational?
Fabricating the story.
I didn't fabricate anything. I embellished the facts.
There are no facts. It isn't true.
It could be true.
Pete, have you ever seen Bigfoot around this bottom lake?
No. But that doesn't mean he's not here.
This is like fraud.
So, is fraud legal?
Yes.
Oh. Well, okay, look. No one takes this stuff seriously, do they?
Where did you get this photo of Bigfoot running through the woods?
That's Granny again. I had it put on.
What's on your feet?
Snowshoes. You know, running around in snowshoes is a good way to fall down and break your nose. Especially when there's no snow. But, you know, the blood looks good on the wolf mask. Like, she's been eating enough or something.
I guess we discovered you had a talent we didn't know about.
Journalism.
Bad fiction writing.
Okay, look. It's just some creative fraud.
Don't involve Blossom Lodge.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, do you think you could round up all the wildlife that made its way to the hotel last night and return it to its natural habitat?
You people just don't appreciate talent.
I wonder if I can meditate without being bit by something.
Blossom Lodge, how may I help you?
No, we're not on Moosehead Lake, we're on Moose Bottom Lake. It's at the other end of Moosehead.
Could you just unplug the phone so I can try to achieve a higher existence? Or whatever it is I'm supposed to get out of sitting on the floor with baby snakes.
I'm sorry, slow down. Rumors about Bigfoot. An article in the National Divulger. No, I'm not familiar with the particular article. I've never personally seen Bigfoot around here, but I guess the chances are as good here as anywhere. Okay. 2 suites, overnight, for an extended stay. What's the name? You've got to be kidding. Oakley and Arch. Sorry, Perch. Okay, see you in 2 days. How about that? We're gonna have some guests. Boy, are they gonna be sorry. They kind of read Pete's article in the National Divulger. They want to see Bigfoot.
Why didn't you tell them that the article was written by our handyman and he made the whole thing up?
Maybe I will when I get here.
You see anything, Holly?
I did, Barry. Did you see the newscast yesterday?
Are you talking about that reporter, Grace Grant?
Yeah, she's a total embarrassment.
How does she even keep her job anyway?
She's a daughter of one of the board members.
Did she get back from Maryland the other day?
Unfortunately, yes. A viewer sent her a train fare. I don't want to talk about that one anymore. I have an assignment for you. I need you to travel.
Great, where am I going? You're rushing in here, like, I can do whatever.
Tell me, who is the least effective congresswoman?
Now, that would be honorable, and I use that term very loosely. Tammy Oakley. Anyone who's been around her say she's ignorant, ill-informed, and bright as a fence.
How would you like to do an expose on the congresswoman?
About as much as I like to go to a dentist who doesn't even know the game.
This could be our chance on a Pulitzer Prize for journalism.
And I can expose on a nitwit when there's some publicity.
How would you believe she is writing legislation to flood the Grand Canyon and make it a big lake?
I know you're not serious.
She's serious. She also wants to build a shopping mall at Yellowstone and kill all the bears. She wants to strip mine of all the Great Smoky Mountains. She wants to build condos on Mount Rushmore, and she wants to build an amusement park in the middle of the Everglades. There isn't a national park that's safe.
And what's up with her and National Park?
That's for you to find out.
Okay, but I did a story on the senator who voted against his own bill. That guy's the second biggest crook in Congress.
Now you're gonna do a story on the biggest kook in Congress.
What?
Let me put it this way. Either you write the story on the Congresswoman Ugly, or you cover the opening on your new city dump, Grace Granite.
I'll take it to Congresswoman.
Okay. Her assistant is a man named Pine. And we think he's the brains, and I use the term loosely in the office.
Flooding the Grand Canyon. That would take a lot of water.
And that concludes the Congresswoman's statement regarding the Environmental Protection Bill, which will come up for a vote later this week.
We thought this would be a press conference with the Congresswoman.
It is a press conference with the Congresswoman. I'm here to answer your questions.
But you're not the Congresswoman.
That's correct. I'm the Congresswoman's assistant. Now, are there any questions?
Where's the Congresswoman?
She isn't here. Next question.
How will the Congresswoman vote on the appropriations bill?
The Congresswoman is studying the fine print. She takes a thorough approach to all the bills that cross her desk.
Will she support it or oppose it?
One or the other. Next question.
Does the Congresswoman support or go against oil companies drilling into environmentally sensitive areas?
The Congresswoman is studying the fine print. The fine print is very important. After all, the devil is in the details, and the Congresswoman is aware of those details and the importance of those details.
Surely she must have an opinion against or for it.
That is correct. Next question.
Is it true that the Congresswoman has the worst voting record in the history of Congress?
That depends.
Depends on what?
Whether you favor her positions or oppose them.
How can we find out what her positions are?
You can ask her.
But she never holds a news conference.
She's the least accessible Congresswoman in the history of Congress.
How can we ask her questions if we never see her?
You can ask me.
But what if we'd rather ask the Congresswoman?
Then you can wait for a news conference.
Mr. Pine, what is the Congresswoman doing at this exact moment?
Working.
Let me rephrase that. What is the Congresswoman working on at this precise moment in time?
You see, the Congresswoman is heading up a very, very important study on the environmental impact of anthropoidal entities on certain environmental impacts. Either way, the Congresswoman is very, very concerned about the subject and its extended effects.
Can you explain what you just said?
I believe I was perfectly clear. Now, if there are no more questions.
She just said the Congresswoman is investigating ape-like creatures in the fascination with you.
How could you possibly know that?
Because I was a biology major.
Then why are you a reporter?
Because in college, I was a biology major.
Is that This guy's bigger nutcase than I thought. He never gives a straight answer. Now he says his boss is going to study monkeys? What does that have to do with anything?
Study monkeys? They're not even native to North America. They're in Africa and South America.
I can see it now. Congresswoman Oakley studies monkeys while Congress gives away millions in appropriations. Like, what is wrong with this one?
Like, where do we even find monkeys except for the zoo? They're not exactly roaming around the forest like deer and elk. Wait, that would make great news on the 7 o'clock story. Let's do it.
The press secretary couldn't give a straight answer if his life depended on it. He must write his press releases with a thesaurus in one hand and a Latin dictionary in the other. He needs to be held accountable for all these ridiculous statements. Hey, where is that guy?
Hey, go over there. You want to come out and listen to my listen?
No, thank you.
Okay, so would you like to tell me why a Congresswoman is studying monkeys?
No comments.
Right. But that would fit the profile. If I'm correct.
You have no evidence that she wants to flood the Grand Canyon.
You want to see? How about the shopping mall she's planning on building in Yellowstone or condos on Mount Rushmore? Shall I go on?
How do you know about that?
Good journalism. And besides, I talked to the congressman.
No one talks to the congresswoman.
But like I said, I just did.
We have her covered 24/7. How did you talk to the congresswoman?
I will break down for the record. Okay, boom. I delivered her pizza, pepperoni and olive. And then midway through the combo, I kind of got hungry, so I drove a couple 100 miles to a Dunkin' Donuts, and I got a donut and coffee. And then she ended up spilling the beans, and then it went over there.
What do you want to know?
What does your congresswoman have against national parks?
I don't know. She just doesn't like them.
And so where she know?
I don't know that either.
Okay, well, what about the lead head offline? Congresswoman wants to destroy the national park.
She is somewhere in Maine.
Anyone in Maine? Point as far as beach so people don't get sand in their shoes?
Don't suggest it. She's up in the northern woods of Maine.
There's no national park in Maine.
She doesn't quite know that.
So what is she doing? Looking for Bigfoot?
How did you know?
I was kidding. I saw a tabloid about Moose Bottom Lake or something like that.
Why should I tell you where she is?
Because I asked nicely. And if you don't, then I'm gonna make your congresswoman look bad and say that she wants to flood the Grand Canyon.
Don't do that. People love the Grand Canyon the way it is.
Okay, so then tell me where she is staying.
As soon as I find out where my assistant took her.
I'll go there.
Blossom Lodge, how may I help you? Yes, we're on the lake. Well, we're near the lake, we're not exactly on it. No, we're not on Moose Head, we're on Moose Bottom. Moose Head is a different lake. It looks like we have a room available in about 2 weeks. Would you like me to hold it for you? Okay, what's the name? Diane Sawyer. Hey, by the way, you don't happen to have a beer account in this, do you? Oh, no reason. It's just that you might end up sharing a room with one. Okay, bye, see you in 2 weeks. How's the fishing?
We have a bunch of fish, and I don't really know why, but we keep attracting flying insects.
What kinds of flying insects?
More babies, bunny feathers on our skin.
You are covered in mosquito bites. Like crazy. Have you thought about getting some insect repellent? Why? Never mind. Is everything alright with your room? Oh, it's very nice.
We love the moving ceiling.
Alright, I got another one. Man, you think these groundhogs would prefer the ground instead of the attic?
Why does the ceiling in the Hixson room move?
That's duh.
Maybe I'm just. Don't you think we should get rid of the bats?
Wait, look, one critter at a time here.
Where are you going? I'm moving in front of Hilda. You can't stand on Hilda.
I can't stand Moose Bottom Lake even more. Did you hear me scream in the shower this morning? I was joined by an otter. I think it wanted me to scrub its back. I shoot it out of the tub, and when I turned around, there was a baby snake crawling out of the drain. I was outside doing my job, pulling the vines off the Lost Moon Lodge sign. Why? So our guests can find us. What guests, Mary? The guests we have coming to see Bigfoot. We're full for the entire season. You're kidding.
Alright, I'll go take care of those bats now. You know, those pikes are just like a couple of enchiladas short of a combination platter. I wonder if they're the ones who tore down all that poison ivy out by the roadside.
What poison ivy?
You know, those vines going up on the Lost Moon Lodge sign out by the road.
What exactly does poison ivy do?
Oh man, it's horrible. It gives you this super nasty rash that makes you itch like crazy.
Where are you going? The pharmacy.
The nearest pharmacy's 30 miles away.
Please, do you know
all of our rooms are full?
Really? How does the wildlife get in so fast?
Not wildlife, yes. They're coming to see Bigfoot.
But there is no Bigfoot.
Well, you said there could be.
Well, yeah, there could be, but there's not. You look like grandma. Are you going somewhere?
Well, I was going to move into Montana, but maybe I should stay here. Do you think you can get the snakes out of my drain?
Sure. All we need is a mongoose.
I think I've decided. I'm going to write a bill making Bigfoot illegal.
Alright. Passion monster taken to Roswell, New Mexico. Let's keep all those other extraterrestrials out there.
Then, after we do that, we can take photos of him, and everyone will know that a vicious enemy of humanity has been caught by me, and I'll get on the news. What do you think the voters will think about that?
I think you're completely insane. Hello? Can we have some service in here?
Enough with the bell already.
Where were you?
I was helping Pete catch a really big rat. Or a really small possum. What do you want?
We have reservations. Birch and Oakley.
My sister normally handles the reservations, but she's indisposed at the moment.
Is it Bigfoot? Is she being kidnapped and forced to live in a cave?
No, it's poison ivy. She's been forced to cut her fingernails and not scratch.
Poison ivy. What exactly is poison ivy?
A vine that grows everywhere and makes people sorry they have skin.
Sounds like something we can handle on the subcommittee.
I have reservations for an Oakley and it looks like Belch.
It's a birch.
Whatever. You're both on the third floor. That's good. I think most of the wild are good for now. Eat! Mr. Birch is in room 301 and Miss Oakley in 304.
Why didn't you come on our info?
She was setting the traps on the first floor.
Hello?
It's Birch. We made it to Northern Maine.
Where are you staying?
We're at the Lost Loon Lodge. It's on Moose Bottom Lake.
Don't you mean Moose Head Lake?
No, Moose Bottom. It's at the other end of the Moose. I tell you, this place is really isolated. We didn't see another person for miles.
Keep the congresswoman busy for 2 weeks. By then, the bill will be out of subcommittee and you can bring her back.
Okay, the congresswoman is thinking about an endangered species hunting season. That's all she can talk about.
Don't let Congresswoman Oakley talk to anybody. There may be a reporter looking out for her.
What? Why? What? She's about as interesting as an earthworm. And honestly, just about as bright.
This reporter knows about flooding the Grand Canyon.
What? How is that possible?
Someone let the congresswoman answer the door when her pizza arrived, and the pizza delivery man wasn't the pizza delivery man at all.
Oops.
And someone leaked your location.
Who did that?
I'm working on that. So keep her busy and avoid reporters for 2 weeks. Think you can manage it?
Well, yeah, of course I can manage it. But I do expect a pretty big bonus when I'm returning.
Just keep her from talking. Endangered species hunting season? What does that woman have against nature?
Oh well, at least there's nobody here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry for that car ride. It was so long. Oh my god.
Hey, where's the service? Service? Hey, where's the bellhop? I don't know, day now.
Hey, all our cousins are here. What kind of a joint is this? I ain't used to waiting.
Hey, how about checking me in? I got Monster Fine. I hope the runs here get cable. I'm not talking basic. I'm talking movie channels.
There's nothing here. Chipotle, Taco Bell, maybe even Chick-fil-A. I am so hungry. Oh wait, does my room have a pool? Hot tub? Maybe a sauna.
Are we in the middle of nowhere or what? Where did all these trees come from? Why is there so much water? It already seems to have Bigfoot. Like, what the heck? Oh my god, I can't hear you. Would you please be quiet so I can check you out?
Oh man, looks like I'm gonna be busy.
So, what's the story here?
What story? There's no story. Are you cop?
Why I look like I'm a cop?
I don't know, maybe.
And did I just hear something about Bigfoot?
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I am just a handyman. I wouldn't know anything about Bigfoot or an article in the National Divulger.
National Divulger. Oh, what happened to your arm?
Where's mine?
That looked like it hurt.
It does. Do you have a reservation?
Yes, the name's Bearsley.
Yes, Mr. Bush. We're in room 110. I think he took care of the Wolverine, but I'm gonna go with you just to make sure.
You do know Wolverines are native to this part of the country, right?
Well, whatever it was, it had sharp teeth and a bad disposition.
Sounds just like my editor.
Today, the Congressional Subcommittee on National Parks ended up a tie vote on one of its most controversial bills. One Congresswoman, Tammy Oakley, was absent. The committee chairman was ordered Oakley back to Washington to cast a tie-breaking vote. Our reporter Grace Granite ran into the Congresswoman's assistant this afternoon as she was leaving a local restaurant. Grace?
Well, Holly, I was driving down M Street. I like to have lunch at a little place near Wisconsin Avenue. They have the best cheesesteaks in the city. Their hoagies are always fresh, and they fry their steaks with onions.
Excuse me, Grace. About the Congresswoman's assistant?
Right, so I was driving down M Street, and I was looking for a parking place. If I leave the office a little early, I can avoid the lunch rush and find a place to park. But lately, I've been leaving at 10 o'clock, and I still can't find a place to park. But, you know.
Grace, could you tell us about the Congresswoman's assistant?
I sure can, Holly. So, I was driving down M Street, and I was looking for a place to park. And the light turned yellow while I was trying to make the left turn, and I had just enough time to make it. Then from nowhere, it made a sign to run across the street, even though the crosswalk sign said to wait. And you know, I was not going to miss that light. And yeah.
Grace, focus.
Focus on what, Holly?
The man in the crosswalk, was he the Congresswoman's assistant?
Why would I know that?
Did you actually see Congresswoman's assistant when you went to lunch?
I saw a lot of people, Holly. One of them could have been the Congresswoman's assistant. I can't say for sure.
Okay, thank you, Grace. That was our reporter, Grace Granite, in Washington on a possible sighting of the Congresswoman's assistant.
Hey, Holly, can you drive down to M Street and pick me up? My car got towed again.
No, Grace, I can't. Now, here goes our sponsor.
So, Nikki, it's been a week, and our guests haven't seen Bigfoot once.
Okay, look, I'm keeping most of the critters outside. What else do you want me to do?
I think it's time our guests saw Bigfoot.
But there is no Bigfoot. He made it up.
And then Pete's grandmother.
Granny said no way she's putting on that mask again.
Mary seems Why won't you put on a mask?
The mask is on the hardware.
Why doesn't the mask have eyeballs?
Because it was cheap. The one vial cost you one?
What kind of a fool buys a mask without eyeballs?
The kind of fool who never thought he'd have to use a stupid mask again. I was gonna go back to Elvis by next month. By the way, she's scratching me again.
Mary, stop!
It itches.
No, Pete. I mean, Granny isn't the only one who can be Bigfoot.
Really? Yeah, you're probably right. I bet your sister could be Bigfoot. Might take her mind off the scratching.
No. How about the guy who's responsible for Bigfoot in the first place?
You mean the editor of the National Geographic?
No. I mean the freelance reporter who just happens to be available.
Yeah, I can't be Bigfoot.
Why not?
Because I'm a writer. I'm not a performer.
Pete. Every person on this planet is born to play a role. For Laurence Olivier, it was Hamlet. For Orson Welles, it was Macbeth. For Diane Keaton, it was Annie Hall. And for you, Candyman, it's Bigfoot.
It is?
Sure it is. You just have to have the right look. And the right laugh.
Laugh.
After Bigfoot kidnaps the victim, he lets out a blood-curdling laugh.
He does?
Of course he does, silly. Everybody knows that.
They do?
They do.
Well, you will, because I never knew that.
We're going to make the best art Bigfoot these woods ever seen. Betcha! Hiding in the woods is a vicious giant, lurking in the dark is a savage ape. Patiently he waits for another client, stumble on the fruit he won't escape. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, everywhere a footprint. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, all in your eyes. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, hairy and ferocious, late at night, near and
Wait. Isn't Bigfoot supposed to be a shy and peaceful creature?
He's a rogue Bigfoot.
Oh, okay. Hideous gorilla searching for a victim, drooling down his chin from his dripping fangs, sharpening in his claws, he sure handpicked them. Can he ever squelch his hunger pangs? Bigfoot, creepy and repulsive. Take a picture, sell a photograph. Bigfoot, wearing precautions. Deep in the woods, you can hear him laugh.
Alright, enough already, enough. Please, go put on your costume, leave in the woods, and picture somebody sees you. And here's you. Stop scratching!
Sorry. All we need is for a couple of our guests to see Pete in his Halloween costume, and we'll be set till next season. Why don't you get some pictures of him once he's decked out? Stop scratching. Going back to the lake?
Yeah. We've been trying, but like those fish just aren't biting. We've been at it for 3 weeks now, and still nothing. We've been hearing about big. Could that help us catch a fish? It might. What exactly is bait?
Night crawlers, crickets, worms, little creatures you stab with your hooks and feed the fish.
Look, bait! It's a cute little earthworm! Wait, that was on
Don't touch that. That is not the right kind of bait.
If you go down to the convenience store at the crossroads, I'm sure they can fit you up with some bait that won't kill you.
You mean they can hurt us?
Maybe we should not be bait.
Safety first.
Covered in bug bites. And people with sunburns. Have you ever thought about bug repellents and sunscreen for the unicorn?
No.
Whatever. Good luck with the fishing. I'm gonna go find Pete and take care of
Pete, there's a rattlesnake in the lobby. I'm gonna make sure they take care of that problem. You two have a nice day. Stop scratching!
Oh my gosh.
I telling you, Mr. Breach, it'd be a lot easier. I think all the trees are out of the way.
Either way, I think we've got close to it now. And my name is Birch.
Trees and rocks, dirt, nature is cruel.
But what do you mean? You're in northern Maine. This is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen in my entire life.
What about all that racket?
Those were balloons, ma'am.
And those flying thingies.
The American bald eagle?
I tell you, once we get civilized, better.
Ma'am, my back hurts. Can we rest, please?
Rest! The American people are counting on us. We have to catch this Bigfoot.
Okay, well, how do you propose that we capture him?
I have been thinking very hard about this. I'm going to propose that you use your masculine charms. You waltz up to this Bigfoot and just kind of say, haven't we met before? Or do you have the time? Because I know I do.
Okay, ma'am, I don't think you realize, but we are talking about a big monster. I don't want to flirt with a monster.
It is for your country, Mr. Hodge.
It's Birch. And you know what? Hold on. Okay. I have been carrying your stuff around the wilderness all day. Your stuff. None of this is mine. This is all yours.
I propose that we head up to our rooms, run those crawling things in our showers, put on some suitable attire, and look for a really nice restaurant.
That amazing, man. I have not been to a really nice restaurant in a long time.
Well, you're in luck. I saw a burger shack about 30 miles down the road, and I will buy you anything you want off the children's menu.
Oh my goodness, you're so nice.
Okay, please, put on the mask. Wait, what's kind of cheap? Are you sure this is gonna work?
I said it'll work. Now, where do you want Bigfoot to be seen?
Probably near the lake. Most of our guests start their daily searches close to the dock. Go down, find a muddy place, make some prints, and then get back here as soon as possible. That pesky news got us fishing again.
Oh, I just love a meal of high fructose corn syrup, trans fats, and fried cow. I wonder what's taking Mr. March so long.
Congresswoman?
Yes, do I know you?
Yes, I delivered your pizza the other day. Pimp on that house.
Oh, yes, my favorite.
I was wondering if I could take you to dinner.
Take me to dinner. Pizza salary? Very kind of you, but I'm supposed to meet my assistant for lunch. I wonder where he is.
Oh, about that, he's not going to be available
Why is that?
because I like to do it in his room.
Oh, well, that would explain it. Do you like fast food hamburgers?
We can do whatever you want.
Yay! I've been dreaming of fried cow since we landed in this hotel. Ooh, it's a
monster! A monster! It's a monster! In the woods! Horrible!
Earth is the matter.
There was a monster in the woods. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
What is it?
A monster. Big and hairy.
How big?
Really big. At least I think it's really big.
Of course it was Bigfoot. Let's get him.
Wait! What are we gonna get?
Maybe we can talk and see what that does.
No, I have a better idea. What is it? You're gonna catch him with this.
Now show us where you saw him.
Wait, maybe you shouldn't be so rough.
This is Holly Hawk with a breaking story from the White House. We go to our news reporter, Grace Green. Grace, are you at the White House?
I'm afraid not, Holly.
Let me speak with Mr. Pine. It's an emergency.
What is it, Mr. Birch?
I lost the Congresswoman.
Where are you, Grace?
Well, right now I'm looking at the Liberty Bell.
What?
Listen, I couldn't get out of my room. Someone locked me in, and there's something under my bed that growls.
Mr. Birch, find the Congresswoman, or the thing under your bed would be the least of your problems.
You're in Philadelphia? How could you ride in a cab all the way to Philadelphia and think you're still in Washington?
Well, I thought it was taking a long time to get across town. Do you want us to ride the Liberty Bell? There's not much to it. It's just a big bell with a crack down the side.
No, I would like you find a really deep hole and possibly, fall in it.
There's a mob after us.
Oh,
What did it say? Take that stupid mask off.
no.
This thing is stuck.
All I said,
Where's Bigfoot's foot?
I dropped it.
You dropped it. All you had to do was put your ice out on the leg and make some footprints in the mud. Wait, somebody's coming. Quick, hide.
Where?
I don't know where, just hide. What have you done? Our guests are storming the castle with torches and pitchforks. They're turning into the mob from the Frankenstein movie. Torches and pitchforks? Camcorders and butterfly nests. Repeat. Huh? They're coming back. Hide.
suspicious. If you mean suspicious as in something is or could be suspicious, then this could be considered suspicious. Then again, everything we come across in life could be suspicious. On the other hand, if you mean suspicious as in something else, then this may not be suspicious after all. Mary, stop scratching.
Or you have a point there.
Or, oh, we need to go find Bigfoot.
Yeah, let's go now. I can't take this anymore. I need to achieve a higher existence. Wait, someone's coming.
I tell you, nothing tastes better than soggy tomatoes. Fast food restaurant.
Yeah, I have to agree with Congresswoman.
I mean, I don't understand all this healthy food and trans fat and nonsense the media's putting out lately. I mean, it just seems like a conspiracy, just like speed limits on the highways and, on fire and crowded theater to deprive American people of what they want. It is a prime example of degradation of freedom and free speech.
So you're telling me you think that it's okay to yell fire in a crowded theater?
Absolutely. It can't hurt anybody.
Right.
Fire! 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 Run for your lives! This place is gonna go off like a stick of dynamite. See, nothing happened.
See, I've got to. Your logic is unlike anything I've ever encountered. And I've interviewed murderers, dictators of banana republics, and people's opinions who are so far to the right and so far to the left that they probably meet somewhere out of space. But you're very personal. How did you ever win the election?
Oh, I was appointed by the governor of my state. See, he and my predecessor were being shipped off for a little prison time for racketeering. And they wanted to, quote, get back at the state who had convicted him. So he appointed me. So anyways, tell me, Mr. Rich, are you serious about writing a book about me?
I can never give you no justice in televised.
Imagine that. I think I'm gonna go find that worthless assistant of mine. He's gonna wonder what I've been getting up to while he was taking a nap.
What was that?
Nothing at all. How was your dinner with Miss Oakley?
It was about the strangest and cheapest dinner I ever had. Say, what's going on with some soul food?
Nothing at all.
Oh, it just looks kind of lumpy.
It's a very lumpy chair.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep it.
Okay, well, I'm about to go back in my room and see what's crawling the windows this morning. So you ladies have a good day.
Good day. I can't take this anymore. I need to ascend to a higher plane.
Have you happened to see Miss Oakley anywhere?
Yeah, she just came in from dinner.
What dinner? Where'd you find dinner? How did you find her car keys?
Yeah, that nice, Mr. Bush took her to the burger shack down the street.
Mr. Bush. Well, does this Mr. Bush happen to be a reporter?
I don't know. He was asking a lot of questions.
Questions. Were they talking about the national parks?
No, she was talking about yelling fire in the theater. And then she did it.
Yeah, what?
She yelled fire.
What happened?
Nothing, just what she said.
Okay, whatever. Where is she?
If I had to guess, probably in a room.
Why does your sister have her eyes closed?
I don't know. She's trying to get to another planet.
Another plane, not planet.
Okay, whatever. I have to call my office.
What is it, Mr. Birch?
I think that reporter found the Congresswoman.
You think he found the Congresswoman?
Yes, I think he found the Congresswoman. What do you want me to do?
I need you to take care of the reporter, Mr. Birch.
Okay, take care. I can do that, but you want me to like bribe him or?
I mean, take care of him.
What do you mean? I'm not following you.
Ask to talk to him, maybe go on a hike and make him get a little too close to the edge. Or, there's another idea. Go out on a lake and make sure he accidentally falls into the water. Use your brains.
Okay, so if I get this right, you're saying you want to.
I'm not saying anything more. Just take care of him.
Would you guys happen to have any hiking trails around here that just have like really, really steep cliffs?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Is there any way that I could rent one of your guys' boats just maybe without a life jacket? Okay. I guess I'll have to think of something else.
Okay, I'm going to go get some scissors to cut the mask off of Pete. You stay here and make sure nobody sees him. Be quiet.
Good evening. This is Holly Hawk with a special report. Our correspondent, Grace Granite, is supposed to bring us a breaking story from the steps of the Supreme Court. Grace, are you there?
I'm here, Holly.
Did you get out of Philadelphia?
I did get out of Philadelphia.
Well, lucky Philadelphia.
I panhandled at the train station until I had enough money for a cab. And then the other panhandlers took up a collection to help me get to this Capitol.
So, you really are on the steps of the Supreme Court.
No, Holly. They couldn't afford a ticket to the United States Capitol, so they brought me a train ticket to the capital of New Jersey.
So, you're in Trenton?
No, I'm in Hartford, and let me tell you, this city has it all. Buildings, streets, cars.
But Hartford is the capital of Connecticut.
It is? Well, is it close to New Jersey?
It's close enough, I suppose. You don't happen to know what's going on at the Supreme Court, do you?
I have no idea, Holly. Hey, do you think you could send me some money so I can get back to Washington?
I sincerely hope not. Yeah, it would be a great time for a commercial.
I wonder if I ended up in Connecticut. What? Going somewhere, Mr. Pine.
Yeah, I was taking my clothes to the cleaners. Yeah.
What's in the suitcase, Mr. Pine?
It's a backpack and my clothes.
Where's Congresswoman Oakley?
She's not here.
We know she isn't here. The Speaker of the House has sent out all of like Congress or whatever. If she doesn't report back soon, oh, she's gonna be in big trouble.
Where's she hiding out?
That is ridiculous. The Congresswoman isn't hanging out anywhere. She's here.
Where?
Well, not here, but she's around.
No one has seen her in a week.
You just aren't looking in the right places.
And where is the right place, Mr. Pine?
The right place to look for the Congresswoman is the place where the Congresswoman is actually located. Now, I am very busy.
What are you doing, Mr. Pine, other than avoiding the press?
That is a ridiculous assertion. I would never avoid the press in any state of mind other than willingly. Now, if you don't mind,
We do mind. Why is Congresswoman Oakley avoiding responsibility?
Congresswoman will be here
When?
when she's not somewhere else.
Can you give us a time?
It's 1/2 the hour. Now, if you don't mind, I have closed the beach.
What is it? Travel itinerary? Looks like Mr. Pine is heading up to Moose Pine Lake in northern Maine.
Don't you mean Moose Head Lake?
It's probably misprint.
Shall we go to Maine and look for her?
Yeah!
You know, I read something about Moose Bottom Lake. It has something to do with a really big foot. I can't remember it though.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put some medicine on my poison ivy.
Oh.
Help it. It itches. You're not the one with poison ivy.
You know, Miss Oakley, I was prepared to be incensed by your complete lack of basic knowledge, but your absolute ignorance far exceeds my expectations.
Well, thank you for saying that. I mean, a lot of people don't think I'm very smart.
Really? I believe such people overestimate cognitive reasoning. That shirt really uncomfortable.
That chair makes the same noise my bed makes.
What are you doing?
Looking for a muskrat? When I get back to Washington, I plan on making all small mammals with sharp teeth illegal.
Do you happen to see any small mammals?
No, all I saw were baby snakes. I didn't know that baby snakes could grow. You know, Mr. Barry.
It's not Mr. Berry.
It isn't?
Sure, call me that makes you happy.
Barry seems like nice names that would vary his first name and his last name. Yes, okay. So, anyways, Mr. Barry, I don't like my job that much. You know, people are always telling me where to go, what to say, how to vote, where to hide. You know, you're the first person in a long time that has well treated me like a friend.
Wow, friend? I'm so happy to be your friend.
It may come as a surprise to you. I'm a congresswoman. I'm not supposed to tell anybody, but I know I can trust you.
I'm flattered.
I'm sure you've never heard of me before.
Oh, but I might have.
I'm not a very good congresswoman. I try to do the right things, but it just doesn't work out.
Okay, well, tell me this, please.
Please, call me Tammy.
Okay, tell me, what do you actually do as a congresswoman?
Well, I am on a very important subcommittee for the national parks.
Okay, and what is your opinion on national parks?
I don't honestly like them. I mean, I grew up in the suburbs, lots of vinyl siding, squatty little trees, you know, water sprinklers, sidewalks. Nothing is as beautiful to me as a freshly pressure-washed house on a beautiful spring morning.
Okay, so have you ever thought about, I don't know, flooding the Grand Canyon?
Sure,
Why?
to make people happy, of course.
Well, it will destroy a geographical treasure, and the Grand Canyon is one of the most beautiful places on earth, kind of like Alicia Keys.
Well, I mean, with my plan, people can still enjoy the Grand Canyon, but now scuba divers can enjoy it too.
What about strip mining in the Great Smoky Mountains or condos on Mount Rushmore?
For those Great Smoky Mountains, they can put all that dirt back. It'll be basically as good as new. And as for those condos, I'm thinking about this one recently. It's you can have people enjoy the view. It's gorgeous mountains with 4 presidents in their windows.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, Mr. Brick, where have you been?
I've been looking everywhere for you. And my name is Birch, not Brick.
Oh, well, I have to introduce you to someone. This is my friend, Barry Barry.
I was locked in my room with some kind of small animal. And when I finally got the door open, I figured out that you have been talking to a reporter. Did you say your name was Barry Barry?
No, she said it.
Well, isn't Barry Barry some kind of like disease or something?
It's a disease where there's a lack of thiamine in the body. Symptoms include inflammation, changes in addressing degenerative system. And it could hold some stuff to the body. I don't know.
Wow, you're really smart.
How did you know that?
I was a biology major.
Did you come here to sleep with us?
And what's a biologist doing in the emergency room?
Oh, after college, I didn't do in the basement, and then went to the family business.
Which was?
Oh.
That's just the baby snakes.
Wait a minute. You said you went into journalism. So that means you're the reporter who's been following the congresswoman, aren't you?
I'm afraid so. Do I look charming?
And you're going to expose her as a stupid, ill-informed nitwit.
That was the whole plan.
Well, go ahead. I can't take the pressure any longer, and I refuse to kill you.
Kill me?
Hold on here. What do you mean by saying I'm a stupid, ill-informed nitwit?
I mean stupid, as in not very smart, ill-informed, as in ignorant, and a nitwit, as in the Three Stooges.
Oh, okay. I just wondered what you meant.
Oh, and you can't even get my name right. It's Birch. B-I-R-C-H. So you can just go ahead and expose the congresswoman. I don't care anymore.
Why would you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you!
What are you doing?
We're visiting. Is that all right?
Yeah, well, like, I don't know, wouldn't you rather, what is it, outside?
Is there anything wrong with the light?
Oh, no, it's just, you know, it's nice outside. So, we've got guests. We need to get them out. I suggested we go outside. Guests. Some of our guests saw moose down by the lake. You know, y'all could see them too if you went down to the lake.
I saw a moose in the kitchen last night.
Well, how about the Northern Lights? The best place to see them is down by the lake.
What makes you think we can see the northern lights in the daytime?
Just because there's daylight doesn't mean they aren't there.
Okay, well, listen. All right, I have spent the past 5 years running interference for the worst congresswoman in history. I am exhausted and I'm not going anywhere.
Hold on here. See here, I am not the worst congresswoman.
Hey, you are too the worst congresswoman.
Guy who voted against his own bill.
For goodness sakes, would you get out of my hotel before I throw you out?
These people are reporters. They said looking for a congresswoman. Congresswoman?
We are looking for our congresswoman!
Tammy Oakley?
The worst congresswoman in the history of Congress.
Hold on, second worst.
No, we think you're the Bigfoot story.
The what?
You can have it. We were here first.
Yeah, we've been looking for him for years. He's ours.
Bigfoot? That's just folklore. It's fiction.
So you're saying our whole life's work was for nothing?
You're all a bunch of lunatics! Where's the congresswoman?
I can't believe it. You've been hiding the congresswoman for years. We want an interview. We want a press conference. We want to know for certain that Bigfoot isn't just a fictitious character. This is so stupid. What is happening?
We just want the congresswoman!
We caught something.
What is that? What type of monster?
Bigfoot?
It's him.
It's Bigfoot!
Sasquatch. After all these years?
Did you say Sasquatch? Could it be true?
You might have something on a case here.
Take that nut off so we get a good look at his full glory.
Oh, why don't you let him go? Are you
crazy?
He's a part of nature, and we respect nature up here.
Bigfoot kind of looks like a guy in a wolfman mask.
We'll take over now, sir. You can relax. Everything's under control. Who are you? We're from the government.
What branch of the government?
A branch you've never heard about? That's all you need to know. We've been looking for this extraterrestrial for years.
Extraterrestrial?
I wasn't supposed to say anything about that. You people can go on about your business. Pretend like we're not even here. Where are you taking him? We're taking the specimen to where we take all specimens. Where's that? Roswell, New Mexico, where the spaceship landed back in 1947. I wasn't supposed to say that.
We know about it.
We have known about it.
This proves you're right all along.
We got the biggest story of our careers here!
If word of this gets out, you will all be rounded up and taken to a place where no one will ever hear of you again.
very important place on the subcommittee for national parks. You can't go treating these kind people like this. It's disgraceful, it's un-American, and it's mean.
You know, we can make a congresswoman disappear just like anybody else.
You know, I'm gonna go back over there and just pretend like nothing's happening.
We're taking this, Hixson. Don't say a word about this to anyone.
I don't know, we guys back here to find Bigfoot, and no government agency is gonna take him away from us.
And now we know the truth. He's a space alien.
Let's go.
Go where? Where else? To Roswell.
This could be the biggest story of our careers.
Well, what if it's the biggest waste of time?
Who cares? Let's go to Roswell.
To Roswell!
Hey, you took my net! You can't take Bigfoot. It's not Bigfoot, it's Pete, and we have to help him.
Oh, that was interesting.
It certainly was. Say, am I anywhere near the Lincoln Memorial?
By the way, you're fine.
Okay, well, it's too late, Payne, because I quit.
My name is Pine, and how dare you quit before I can fire you?
Hold
Who
on.
do you think you are?
Hold on, if he can quit, then so can I. Mr. Berkeley, I remember your name!
Well, I guess that leaves the two of us.
This may surprise you, but I'm a broadcast reporter doing a very important story on the Congresswoman. Do you happen to know where I can find a good cheese stick around here?
That leaves one.
I can't believe we lost Bigfoot. We haven't lost Bigfoot, we lost Pete. He's on his way to Roswell, New Mexico with a bunch of men in black, all because of some stupid story he wrote for the National Divulger. Mary, if you don't stop scratching, I'm going to surgically alter your hands. Well, at least we've learned an important lesson. What lesson is that, Mary? From now on, we should always tell the truth. No more lies. Honesty is the best policy. Would you tell Aunt Hilda that her perfume smells like rotten flowers? Of course not. Well, you can kiss that resolution tonight. Suppose there's a way we can help Pete. I think we can. How? He's on his way to New Mexico with a bunch of government guys. Actually, he's over on the sofa. Pete, how did you get away from those guys?
Those weren't government guys at all. They were friends of mine from journalism school. I think one of them did a story for the National Divulger about tracking down extraterrestrials. They used the outfits for the photos.
Why were they here?
Oh, I think they were watching the Pikes.
Why were they watching the Pikes?
They're doing a story on the weirdest sisters in America. Anyway, I'm through with Bigfoot.
So you're only going to write honest stories from now on.
Look, I will write honest stories when you stop scratching your poison ivy. Anyways, I was thinking about doing a story about Elvis as a vampire. I think I can get my cousin to dress up as the king and wear vampire teeth. What do you guys think?
I think that there's a family of me that needs to be evicted from the linen closet. I wonder if I could live with Aunt Hilda. Give up all this. Rotten flowers or baby snakes. I never have to think about it.
This is Holly Hawk, and I'm simply thrilled to announce that our reporter Grace Granite has left the network. Now, we go to Barry Bush at Moose Bottom Lake with a breaking story about a missing congresswoman. Are you there, Barry?
I'm here, Holly, and I just got word that Congresswoman Oakley has resigned from her seat, and her assistant has said the governor has appointed a new congresswoman. And here's Mr. Brown. What can you tell us about the new congresswoman?
Why not let her speak for herself?
It's not me.
This is Grace Granite, and I have a new job.
Like I said, she's perfect.
How can she be perfect?
Because unlike others, she possesses the rare ability to not give a straight answer no matter the question.
She can't give a straight answer because her brain is the size of a walnut.
That is what makes her perfect. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna go write her acceptance speech.
Okay. I suppose you'd like to know what the former congresswoman is up to.
Not really.
Miss Oakley, I believe you found the career of your dreams.
Oh, yes, I have, Mr. Barry. All right, listen here. Me and my congressional assistant, we're going into stand-up comedy.
She is the congresswoman who wants to destroy all of our national parks. And I'm her assistant who tries to hide the fact that she's a raving lunatic. Watch this.
I think I'm going to flood the Grand Canyon. That way we can have a bunch of scuba divers enjoy it.
But ma'am, you can't do that. The Grand Canyon is a national treasure.
Nonsense. Just trust me. Once we flood that Grand Canyon and I build that shopping mall, everything's gonna be just fine.
What do you think?
You may need a little work.
Excuse me, but we already have an engagement in Las Vegas. I'm thinking we write up a little skit about how we can open up the all of you guys. Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, so that's the story from Moose Bottom Lake.
Now we're gonna go cut down some trees, y'all.
That's the latest on the missing congresswoman. In other news, hundreds of people were arrested outside of Roswell, New Mexico. Rumors circulated that Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot, has been captured in a remote area of northern Maine. This will be my last broadcast. I have accepted a position in the New Divulger, and it can't be any weirder than real life. Thank you, and good night.
Deep in the woods in the state of Maine, there's a place called Lost Blue Lodge. Folks out there dressed alike, big plane with their family camouflage. Now they live down on Moose Bottom Lake where the critters all roam free. They've got muskrats, cedars, and rattlesnakes and a Bigfoot mystery. Nonsense in the Northwoods, everybody's looking for Sasquatch. Nonsense.